Winds out of the southwest at 14, and our top gusts right now are at 37 miles per hour. Now, we have some rain to talk about, so if you are commuting in this morning, right here in Portland, we're seeing some rain, heavy rain up in Vancouver. We have some pretty heavy rains on the east side of town, too, toward Gresham. And then there's some heavy rains west side, and then finally that snow level that did come up yesterday going to start to come down again today. We're seeing that happening in the Coast Range and over the Cascades as well at this time. In fact, still blizzard warnings for the Oregon Cascades, folks. When I'm talking about snow, we are speaking of maybe 1, 2, 3, in some isolated spots, 4 feet of snow before everything is said and done. Let's talk about your day. It's wet and windy at 8 o'clock, 45, 43, showers, sun and breezy at lunchtime, and then a few cool showers by 5 o'clock, 40. So, Carly, we have seen the worst of the wind. How is it translating so far, as you can tell, on the roadways?
Well, we've had so much rain. Watch out for standing water. Right now, there's a report of standing water on the Killingsworth Street off-ramp from I-5, so I've got it pinpointed there for you. And it tends to collect a lot on on-ramps and off-ramps on the freeways there, so always be careful and try to avoid standing water when you can. Here's a look at I-5 at Going, and the street there looks just fine, so the freeway is moving quickly there in both directions. I-5 at Capitol, inbound, not a problem at all. Look at the drive over here. This is I-84 at 82nd. It's clear, and so is the drive on the west side. Back to you.
Carly, thank you. This morning, thousands of people are without power as the powerful storm blows through the local area. As you can see, high winds and heavy rain knocked down some trees overnight, causing a mess this morning. KOIN Local 6 reporter Jessica Morkert is monitoring the conditions. And Jessica, how many people are waking up in the dark right now?
Quite a few people, Tim, are waking up in the dark, but I want to show you just for a minute here the damage from overnight, the winds and the rains. This massive tree came down. Take a look at this. It's blocking in this driveway here. This is on North Chautauqua. It came down at around 11 o'clock last night. You can only imagine if this tree might have gone in the opposite direction. It could have been much worse, but the good news is there are no injuries. Right now, there are more than 10,000 customers without power in the metro area, and here's a look at the PGE power outage map. As you can see, it's pretty full, and right now it seems the hardest hit areas are in Clackamas and Multnomah counties with more than 9,000 customers in the dark. Now, as the heavy rains continued to fall last night and into the early morning hours, and as the wind started to pick up and more trees, they began to fall and more people were left in the dark. And we went to talk to several people who are stocking up on supplies. They stocked up on supplies in case they lost power, and most people were buying things like flashlights, candles, and batteries, and some people we spoke to seemed excited about the possibility that they would lose power.
Well, we're kind of hoping we lose power. It's kind of fun to get the candles out and build a fire and enjoy it as a family.
So some people have a positive attitude about this storm. A lot of people, though, were bracing for the worst in case this turned out to be a storm causing damage like we saw in 2006. That's when about 250,000 people lost power. Right now, statewide, it looks as though if there's about 20,000 people without power. In Clark County, there's about 100 people without power. And in Cowlitz County, there's about 3,000. So certainly not the widespread power outages that we've seen in the past. But back here live now, certainly there will be people waking up to scenes like this, down trees, winds and rains. You can imagine that a lot of people will be cleaning up today. Back to you, Tim.
All right, Jessica, thank you. Now, if your power does go out, there is plenty you can do. A lot of steps you can take to ensure that you stay safe and warm when you do lose the power because of the storm like this one or any other storm in the future. First, make sure to charge your cell phone and other devices ahead of time. This is especially important if you do not have a landline, of course. Also, try to avoid using candles and open flames inside your home. These are obviously a fire hazard, especially during the holidays if you have a Christmas tree or other decorations up in your home. Other simple things to remember, make sure to check your batteries in your flashlights and do not use gas, propane, or kerosene heating or cooking equipment that's designed for outdoor use inside of your home. These, of course, can easily become fire hazards as well. Well, as winter nears and these storms become more common in the coming weeks, you can track it all with the free KOIN Local 6 Pinpoint Weather app. It's available for all Apple and Android devices.